is our community gonna benefit from these data centers? How do the pros outweigh the cons? And are our city officials benefiting in some ways?
So the question is, what are the pros and cons? Thank you. What are the pros and cons, and how does our city benefit from a data center? And are the city officials taking money out of the table, technically? Okay? Any kind of benefit. And so we want to allow the mayor to answer that question, okay? Thank you.
Okay, the second question is a short answer, and I can only answer for myself, but I think I can speak for our other council people, but you know, they would have to answer that question directly, and I think they can. But no, I've not received any offer, any benefit, any cash, any emolument of any kind from anybody for anything. Anybody can look at my campaign records. I've never had a single big developer or money person ever give money to me. You know, my stuff came from regular people. I'm not in the pocket of anybody, but I am for the growth of this city. So let's get back to the first question. Is there a benefit? Any industry, any growth in a city comes with costs and hopefully benefits. Anytime a new person moves into the city, builds a home, they're going to use some water that wasn't being used before, correct? Right.
Is a person gonna use more than?
No, I'm just saying, but that's an absolute fact, right? Anything that is added in growth in a person, or if you start a business that wasn't there before, it's going to use water, it's gonna use your police force, it's gonna depend on your fire, it's going to have a cost associated with it. Anything you add to your city, person, residents, business, industry, has a cost.
Real people.
No, okay, you want me to answer the question?
Do it, don't lobby.
Well, then, I'm not lobbying, I'm setting a table first. There are always costs to any growth. The question is there a benefit to that growth? And that's what you have to weigh. So, let's talk about, normally when we bring a business to the city, when we go out and we offer an incentive to a business, it's because they're gonna bring jobs, okay? So you bring a new business to town, they set up a factory or something like that, they hire people, they give jobs, they use water, they use your electricity, they use your resources, and they pay taxes, okay? So if we feel like, let's use Luprino as an example, okay? Everybody knows what Luprino is, right? Everybody know what Luprino is? The cheese factory, okay. Luprino has brought about 800 to 900 jobs to our city. Luprino spent about $1 billion building their facility. Luprino also produces about 1.5 million gallons of treated water every day that it sends back to the city. All right? Those are benefits to the city. Would everybody agree that's a benefit to the city? Oh, somebody says no. Why do you say no?
I say no because Luprino is a company that never should have been built in that particular community per a lawsuit that had been filed previously that no more factories or plants would come to the east side of Lubbock. That's reason number one, I say no.
Do you want businesses on the east side of Lubbock?
We want businesses.
Okay.
We don't want the trade. We don't want cheese water poured into our water. And we all know, if you're in here, when we were having the meetings, we're still trying to figure out how did Luprino even get here? But we accepted it. They're coming, they're bringing jobs.
And they are. No, it's not jobs, it is jobs.
How many jobs are data centers?
800 to 900.
But let me ask you about Luprino, because you mentioned Luprino.
Yeah.
How many residents in the community where Luprino is, because I've run the numbers, work for Luprino?
All right, let's get an answer, and we're gonna call.
And I don't know Luprino's
And
statistics. I don't know Luprino's
This is
statistics.
before March, right, so no shame. What I am saying is this is a community that per a lawsuit filed was said, no more factories, no more companies like this would come into our community. And somehow, through the meeting before the meeting, Luprino was built. And then all these jobs were promised. But we're doing a survey to find out who works for Luprino that lives in that community.
Okay, and I can't answer that question
You
because
can't, but
I'm
I'm
not
working
privy
on
to any
answering.
of their, okay.
I'm just saying.
And that's
no,
fine.
I'm just saying, let's be fair, because Luprino coming in was a shady deal by itself.
Well, I don't agree with that at all. It was all done above board, all done above board. But let's get back to the point I'm trying to make. I don't wanna argue about whether the Prios, I'm just saying, they bring jobs, they may not bring the jobs you want with the people you want, but it
Not that
doesn't
I
bring
want, I
jobs.
own a company. I'm talking about people that were promised jobs.
I know.
And they didn't get
I
them.
know.
Let's keep it, let's keep it fair.
Okay.
I want to be
But I
respectful.
can't answer that question.
And
The only question I can
again,
answer.
that's fair
Okay.
for you, this is before you.
I'm not gonna argue. You asked me a question, I'm trying to answer your question. So, let's go back to I'm trying to set the table. If you don't wanna hear me, I'll leave, that's fine. But you
Want
asked
to
me a
hear you
question.
and thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm just saying, some people come to Lubbock, a business, and bring enough jobs and enough investment in the community that LEDA, Lubbock Economic Development Association, will provide money for those jobs. Usually it's $1,000 per job for 5 years, all right? And there's a tax that the citizens of Lubbock voted on years ago to allow them to offer that incentive to a business. There's another way you can incentivize a business is to give them tax abatements. So if they're paying property tax, you can abate that tax, in any amount you want over a period of 5 to 10 years. I think Luprino got 10 years of abatement. We've only given 10-year abatements out twice that I know of in Lubbock's history. And this council is not in favor of abatements. Okay, we've made that pretty clear to LEDA. We don't like abatements. I don't know how it will work out on any particular data center that might want to come to Lubbock. I know my position on it is, I don't want to offer abatements to them, okay? All I can do is speak for myself, but it would be voted on. So they would pay the full freight of their taxes, and that's the benefit. It's not jobs, you're right. They don't bring enough jobs for us to go out and incentivize them. The construction, you've got 2 years maybe, a year to 2 years of heavy construction, lots of sales tax money comes in from that, lots of temporary jobs, but it also has a cost because it does drive up, the rental prices in a community because so many people come into a community. That's a cost. So what you have to look beyond that 2 years, is there a long-term benefit to the city? So if someone is paying full freight on their property taxes, then that is the benefit. Because, and we tried to show this last night, a square mile, let's just say a square mile of a data center versus a square mile of homes. If you have a square mile of homes, those homes depend on police, they depend on fire, they depend on the city to maintain the roads, they may have parks that we have to maintain. And so there's a cost associated with that. You pay your taxes and the city provides those services. What many people don't realize in this room, all the tax money that you pay, property tax on your houses in Lubbock, does not even pay for our police and fire. That will not pay for your police and fire. So if we are not getting business and industry into Lubbock, the cost will fall on you as a homeowner. And that cost will go up if we do not add business, if we do not add industry. So we look for ways to relieve the burden on you, and that is one way to do that. So, I don't know what else to tell you.
Is it gonna be the expense of our health?
Money's useless when it makes life terrible.
Yes, absolutely.
I
I mean,
mean,
but not everybody agrees with you that it will make life terrible.
Almost everybody fucking does, guy.
I'm not gonna sit here and take that kind of treatment. I have not been disrespectful to you, and I expect you to be respectful of me, please.
So, we tried that, that was